Is anyone there? Is anyone there? Can anyone hear me? I agree, Zombie Soul. You gotta love the Elnet. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? 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 We'll start in a minute here. I just need to get everything all prepared because preparing stuff is good stuff. Because to not prepare is to not be prepared. And if you're not prepared, are you really even human? No. No, I say. This has been Deep Thoughts by Dreaven. A whole 2 people watching me? Boy, I feel so special. My face is always prepared, Chumo. Always, damn it. Okay, well, it doesn't look like we're going to get too many more people. That's fine. So I guess we'll just go ahead and get started. I decided to do something a little different this time. Rather than creating the script right before your own very eyes, I've already created the script because I'm just that damn awesome. And I will go through it and explain what everything does and show all that good stuff and explain this does that, that does this does that, that does this. And exactly. And just so you know, I created this script, but I have not tested it. I don't usually do that. I usually test my script very heavily as I'm going through it. I have not tested this at all. The only thing I did is I ran it just to see, make sure it didn't throw any error messages my way, and it doesn't. Or at least it didn't last time I checked. So it'll be interesting to see if it actually works, and I can go through it. If it doesn't work, I can go through it and figure it out why it doesn't work. Blah, 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 blah. This is a suggestion from, my goodness, how do you pronounce her name? Let's see if I could get her name up here. Uh, what's her full name? I can't find her name now. What's up with this? Let's see. Her full name is Lorena Thalassa. Lorena Thalassa. Yeah, it's very, very unique name. Lauren Thalassa. Her suggestion was to create a script where someone could like you run the script and they pay you some silvers and give you a gem and an item, and then to a wizard, I should say, and then the wizard would charge that item. So that is a script I've made. So let's get started, shall we? I'm trying to, my game's not, what's going on over here? Rawr. Okay, let's get started. So first of all, you'll notice here I have a lot of variables. I went over variables a little bit in my last video that are basically just nil. I mean, the first one is important. That's how you determine how much you want to charge someone to charge an item. I just put 5,000, just a nice even number. And then these, you don't have to do this. I get in the habit of doing it because I'm just weird like that. But if you try to call a variable before you have defined said variable, then it's going to give you error message. And define is basically just what this is. You know, your customer equals this, the variable customer. It equals, I just put nil. It equals something. That's called defining it. You have told the script what you want that variable to be. So I just get in the habit of doing this. That way, if I call it later on, but I haven't yet defined it, it won't be a problem. So I've defined my variables in the beginning. The script doesn't care later on how you've defined it when you call it, just as long as you have called it at that point or defined it at that point. So yes. So going on, this next bit here, this empty hands, that's actually a lich thing. It's something that's built directly into lich. It's a definition. You can just do this, just empty hands like this, the underscore there, and it will automatically empty your hand. So let me show you an example. I'm just gonna put exit. When you put exit like that, it just exit the script right there. So just to show you what it does, I don't want to go through the whole script. To show you what empty hands does, let me get my rune staff. And I'm sure I have a wand, right? So there you go. So now I have my rune staff in the right hand. This is Boxer, by the way, not Dreaven. A rune staff and a wand in his hand. So now I just run the script, which I have called charge because I am creative. Now it should, see, automatically just pit his wand and its rune staff away. Because what it does is that it checks empty hands pretty much is like, I think it's pretty flawless. I mean, it first looks to see if you have a loot sack, and it'll pit things in your loot sack. If you don't have a loot sack set, it finds a container to put your stuff in. So it's a pretty nifty little thing to use. But I did this. So this is unnecessary because empty hands already does this. I just wanted to show you an example of how this could look if you didn't want, if you didn't already know about empty hands. Just a little bit of code here. So what this does, basically the same thing. It's an until loop. So it's saying until your check right is nil, which means it has no value. So in this case, there's nothing in your right hand. Until that's true, then wait round time, stow it's in your right hand, then sleep 0.1. That would make sure your right hand is empty before you go on, and the same thing except for your left hand. Got it? Pretty simple. Now what this does, this is mainly our entire script right here, I do believe. While line equals get. So what it does is going to wait for someone to whisper the word charge to you, and then you're going to tap your grot potion. That's what you need to charge, and it's going to look to see if you tapped it. So if you have, so this is a regex. I'll go over regexes some other time, but this is a regex. So it's looking for, okay, let's do I have a potion? Tap my grot pot? Nope, I don't have it. So see, if I don't have one, it'll say, what are you referring to? And then if that's the case, hold on. So if you tap it, like for example, if I tap my rune staff, you can see you tap. So it'd say you tap because you're trying to tap your grot potion. So you tap, then it breaks. Then, oh yeah, no, I forgot about this. This is a variable. So we're making have potion, the variable have potion equals true if it matches the line you tap from the game, because you're tapping your grot potion and the game echoes back you tap. That makes the variable have potion equals true. Now that just means have potion has a value. When you say equals true, it has a value. The value is true. Value can either be true or false. It has a value, or nil, it doesn't have a value. So that's what that does. And then if you don't have a grot potion, you're going to get the game line, what were you referring to? And then we're going to make the have potion variable equal nil, which means it doesn't have a value. It's false. It's other words I can't think of right now. So if that's the case, so now it's going to look, so it's going to do that. And then it's going to look to say, okay, do I have the potion? If have potion, when you do like this, when you don't like give any arguments for what the variable equals or does not equal, you just say if have potion. That means you're just asking the script, does the variable have potion have a value? In this case, it does, or would, if this happened. If you tap up here, then have potion variable would equal true, which means it has a value. So then it would say, please keep in mind, it's going to whisper to the customer. The customer, by the way, I should go back up here. When a customer whispers charge, when someone whispers you, let me whisper, Boxer, give an example. Whisper, Boxer, charge. So see, that's what it looks like when someone whispers charge to you. So the first word, which in this case is Raijin, we put it here in it's called a group in regex. Excuse me. This when you have parentheses like that, that's called a first group, and you call it by doing the $1 here. That's the first group, and then you have the second set of parentheses. That's group 2, third set, group 3, blah blah blah. You call them, $1, $2, $3, etc., etc. You get the picture. Now what this does, this is the regex. So when you put it in brackets like this, a lowercase a dash lowercase z, uppercase a dash uppercase z, that means it's looking for any letter, any uppercase or lowercase letter, A through Z. You can do, just A through Z, lowercase, if you want to just look for lowercase letters. So look for all, any letter. Now, in this case, it would just look for one letter. One letter. You're just trying to match one letter. But when you put a plus sign after this in brackets, then you're saying you want to match one or more letters. That's what you're doing. So that's how you get, it's going to have Rygen would, in this case, become the customer. The variable customer would equal Rygen because this group right here in parentheses is Rygen. And then you match whispers, the comma, the quote, the word charge, the period, the end quote. Now, when you're doing regexes, you typically want to make sure, it's called escaping, use a backslash. You use a backslash when in front of non-letter characters like a comma. I should say non-letter because you don't want to do this for numbers. I should say like special characters like comma, quotes, a dash. You want to escape those because though a lot of them do something in a regex. The special character by itself would do something in regex, like a question mark. That means it's the preceding character is optional. It doesn't have to match exactly. So you put a backslash there in front of it, and that's saying, okay, no, you're actually going to match a comma in this game line, for example. So that's what you do. It's the same thing as backslash. If the backslash is part of the line, you have to put a backslash in front of the backslash. Because I know I heard you like backslashes, so I put a backslash in front of your backslash. Is that meme like old now? Am I like an old fuddy duddy for doing that meme now? I don't know. I can't keep up with all these memes these days. Anyways, when you're doing a regex, you want to try to match the regex as much as possible. The line you're matching as much as possible. So when you start the line, the regex with a caret, that means that's the start of the game line, the line you're comparing it to. So it starts like that. Typically, you want to do as much as possible so you don't get any false negatives. Like for example, I don't know, someone just being a smartass and they said out loud, Rygen whispers charge. That would still match because if you didn't have a caret here, because it's not looking for a line that starts like this. It would be looking for any part of the line, no matter where it started, that would have this phrase here, Rygen whispers. So if you start with the caret symbol here, it has to start that line. So no one could be a smartass and do that, because if they made it as say, then the line would begin with, Dreaven says, for example, et cetera, et cetera. And $sign just means the line ends at that point, at $sign. So that's what that means. Okay, so if, boy, we're moving along here in this script, aren't we? Am I going too fast here, people? You're awfully quiet in chat. I'm not used to this. So that's how that all works. So if you tap your grot potion, I'll show you in a minute, then the have potion variable equals true. So if have potion has a value, then you're going to put whisper OOC customer, the customer's name, the variable customer. Oh yeah, when you're calling a variable, you want to put it inside of curly brackets like this, the variable, and use a hashtag. I should say when you're calling it in like within a quote like this, like like you see fput quote. So you're calling it inside of these quotes right here, like you're doing the action fput blah blah blah. So whisper OOC customer, the variable customer. Please keep in mind your item might be destroyed during the charging process. This is very true. Only proceed if you are willing to risk the loss of your item. Then we're also going to whisper them. In order to charge an item, I need fee cost, which is up here. We've set to 5,000. So it's going to say, I need fee cost, which is going to say 5,000 silvers, an orb gem, and the item you want charged. Please hand me the 5,000 silvers first. So let's go ahead and get to that point. Let's see what happens if I get to that point. So, let's go ahead and start the script. See what happens here. Oh, I didn't save it because I had to exit earlier. Blah, 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 blah. All right, so let's say I have Whisper. Let's have Raijin Whisper him. Whisper, Boxer, charge. Now you see what happened is that he tried to tap his Grot Potion. But since I don't have a Grot Potion, he instantly just went to here. So see, he tried to tap my Grot Potion, and the game line that he got back was, what were you referring to? And so that matched this else if line part here. What we're referring to, have potion variable equals nil, break. It broke out of the while loop right here. Broke out of this loop with that break there. So it went on and it said if have potion equals true. Well, it's not true, so we have to skip this. Let's go down to, that's if. Go down here. Blah 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 blah. Whoa, is it really way down here? No, is it? Yep, it is. I didn't know it down here. Here's the else then. So if the variable have potion does not equal true, goes way down here and says Whisper OOC customer, sorry, I don't currently have the necessary potion to charge an item. And the script exits because you can't do anything without a Grot Potion. I mean, you could set up the script to have him run to the guild and get a potion and blah, blah, blah. But I didn't get that far involved because I'm frankly way too lazy for that. So I'll just go. But that's how it would look if he didn't have a potion. So let's go get a potion. Why the hell not, right? I don't know how much potions are, like 5 grand. Go to workshop? No? Oops. Oh, no, it's Alchemist, right? The Alchemist has it. The Grot Potion, blah, blah, blah. Order 17. Bye. Blah, 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 blah. Go back to Raijin's table. Oh, boy, I'm getting tired. Whew. Okay, so now we have a Grot Potion. So now let's start the script, and he should stow the Grot Potion, even though it's in his hand. That's how the script works. It should stow everything, make sure his hands are nice and empty when we start. So let's go. Charge. He stowed it. So now let's have Raijin Whisper. Charge. So see now he tapped my Grot Potion. You tap. So that means it should match this line right here. You tap. So have potion variable equals true. Break out of this while loop. So if have potion, and it does because have potion has value. It's true. Excuse me. So it whispered OC customer, which is Raijin. Please keep in mind your item might be destroyed, blah blah, or whatever this. Okay, so now we are right here, this while loop. So we are waiting for someone to offer him something. But let's say someone else. Well, first of all, Boxer wants silvers first. So what happens if someone tries to hand him something before they hand over the silvers because they're going out of order because they suck? So let's go ahead and give Boxer. I'm going to try to give him a wand. And see, it matched the line, someone offers you something. And first of all, it checks to see, so first of all, person offering you items, new variable, that equals, again, this right here, which would be the name of whoever's offering you something. So it equals $1. So now, right here, we're looking at, okay, if customer, remember our customer is Raijin, if customer is equal to, third name is equal to this new variable, person offering you something, if those two are the same, they're both Raijin, which in this case they are, then you do this. I need the fee cost, 5,000 silvers first before you hand me the items. So then you decline. But let's say, what happens if someone else tries to give him an item? Like Banach tries to give him an item. You see, now it did the same thing. It matched this line, and now person offering you item, that is now equal to Banach. So now it's making a comparison. Okay, does customer variable, which is equal to Raijin, does that equal the variable person offering you item, which is Banach? Clearly, those two are not equal. So it gives him this line, which is right here. Sorry, I am currently helping someone else at the moment. So if someone else tries to give you an item that's not your current customer, then it's going to say, back off, dude. Wait your turn. And still declined. Sound good? Sound good to me. So now he wants 5,000 silvers from Raijin. But let's say Raijin gives him, I just realized I did not set this up so if someone else tries to give him silvers, but oh well. I'll get over it. So now let's have Raijin only give him 100 silvers. What happens if Raijin tries to cheat Boxer and only gives him 100 silvers? What happens? So see, now we're doing this. So now it looks like, okay. So now it matches this line. So-and-so just gave you coins, which you quickly pocket. Person offering you item equals $1. Which is the name, which in this case is Raijin, like it should be. And now this is the second group, like I was saying. The second group is right here. When you do a regex with a /D, that means it's trying to match digits. In this case, when they where is it? Raijin right here. Raijin just gave you 1,000. It uses the number, the numerals 1,000, not spelled out obviously. So it's trying to match digits 1,000. Again, /D matches one digit. Put a plus sign. It matches one or more digits. Put in parentheses. It's a group. So that's group 2. Silvers received equals $2, group 2. Now, typically, when you're using a regex like this, and you're saving a variable, it's kind of weird. But in this case, like he gave him 1,000 silvers. It would just match. It would save the variable as 1000, but the script sees that as text. Like it doesn't see it as a number, an integer. It just sees it as text. So what you do is it equals $2, then you do period 2 underscore I, and that's saying, okay, recognize this as an integer from now on. Don't recognize it as characters. Recognize this as an integer. So now silvers received is equal to the integer 1,000. Now we can make math comparisons with this because we love our math. So first of all, it checks to make sure customer equals person offering you item. We just reuse the same variable, person offering you item, even though they give you silvers. If they match, in this case they did because they're both Raijin, 2 equal signs means you're making a comparison. So if that's true, then silvers received, then you make another comparison. Does silvers received equals the fee cost, which is 5,000? So, so if it is 5,000. So if it did, I'll get there in a minute because it did not equal fee cost. Now this one said, okay, does silvers received, is silvers received greater than fee cost? If you remember from your grade school math lessons, remember, which side does the mouth want to eat? It wants to eat the bigger number, right? So the bigger number is silvers received. If silvers received is the bigger number, it's bigger than fee cost, then it's going to do all that. But we started with the last one, which is fee cost. See how the mouth is facing the other way now, the fee cost? So if fee cost is bigger than silvers received, then we're going to whisper OOC customer, sorry, that is not enough silvers. The fee cost is, and repeats the variable fee cost, silvers, 5,000 silvers. And then it gives the person the silvers back. And you see that's what happened up here. So he's sorry, that is not enough silvers, and it gave him the silvers back. Sound good? Which Chalmel up here saying? He is saying, so does that work with recite? Say you to recite blah. Raijin just gave you 5,000 blah blah. With a second line of the recite count as a new line and trick it. Now you see, I believe when you recite, it has a lot of blank spaces in front of it. Let me test that real quick. Recite hi. You see, it wouldn't because, as you can see, there's a blank spaces in front of it, blank character in front of it, and there's a quote. Hi, you know, the begin quote before hi. So you could not trick it because it does not start with the what you told it to start with. It starts with 2 blank characters, and then a quote. So no, as long as you're using your carrots. Second line would have a. Oh, is that how it works? Let me see. Recite hi bye. You're right, but it has an end quote though. So you're not you're doesn't have it has an end quote. So again, as long as you are careful, you know, you're looking for end quotes. As long as you're careful, like if you use, I'll go over regex more detail later. But if you use a period is what they call greedy. A period matches anything. So if you used a period and a star, which is, you know, like 0 or 0 or more matches, then that could pick up quotes if you're not careful like that. It could pick up quotes like that. But if you're just making a match where it's letters, then it wouldn't trick it. Let's do a third line then. Let's see. Recite hi bye. Now that could actually, again though, you're right. There's no quotes there. But again though, these lines start with 2 blank characters. So these blank lines here. So you're not matching the blank line. You're saying you want, for example, here you want the line to start right with a letter. That's what the caret means. This is the beginning of the line. So the next one has to be, the next character has to be a letter, not a space. Exactly. Yeah. This is very. This is why I say you got to be careful with your regexes because you could mess up. So as long as you're using, like, you try to make your regex as concise as possible, you won't get any false positives like this. So don't use dot star. If you were to have a dot star here, because period greedy matches anything, and then a star, then that could be a problem because someone could be a smartass like this and it would match the blank characters. But if you're saying no, it has to start with a letter, a character, then it's going to start with a character, then it won't fall for it because this recite starts with blank characters. So, yeah, it's going to be all good. It's going to be all sexy. Damn sexy. I'm so funny. Okay, anyway, so that's a good question, though. It's a good question. Good question. I like questions. Questions are good. So let's go on to, we already tested this if we did not give enough silvers. Now let's say we gave too many silvers. Like, I can always use eggs after this. Let's say give Boxer 6,000. The fee cost only 5,000. So you see here, he put, it matched here because silvers received is greater than our fee cost. So then it says, you have handed me too many silvers. Here are the extra silvers back. Please now give me the item you want to be charged. And then he gave Raijin, oh, well, let's see what happens here. This is a variable math. So math is equal to silvers received minus fee cost. So this would be silvers received, which equals 6,000, minus fee cost, which equals 5,000. So math is now equal to 1,000 because that's how our math works. So now you whisper OOC customer, you have handed me too many silvers. Here are the extra silvers back, blah, blah. Then give person offering you item math, which is, 1,000. So 1,000 silvers. So now let's go ahead and kill charge so I can show you what happens if you give them the correct amount. Let's start over again. Let's start over again. So we do whisper, Boxer, charge. So now let's give Boxer exactly 5,000 silvers. So what happens now? So now it's making a match if silvers received is equal to fee cost, which means it's true because they're both equal to 5,000 because that's how awesome we are. So now you quietly whisper to Boxer, to Raijin, that is the correct amount. Please now give me the item you want to be charged. Okay, so now we have to start with the item, I dare say, that he wants to be charged. So let's give, now again, this next part, I made it so it looks for the person's name. It has to match the customer. So let's say Vanok wants to horn in and say, no. Now that Raijin's giving you the silvers, I'm going to give you the item. But you see, Boxer's too smart for that. Because now it makes the match. We make the match here. I'm sorry, we're still up here. It's looking for, someone offers you an item, blah, blah, blah. You do person offering you item is equal to group 1. So if customer is equal to person offering you item, in this case, it's not true. Customer equals Raijin. Person offering you item equals Vanok. So these two are not equal, so we go to else. We go down here, say, sorry, I am currently helping someone else at the moment. Decline, and then it goes back up. We're still in this while loop. So now let's have Raijin give him the item. Give Boxer. So see, now Boxer says, so now customer is equal to Raijin. Person offering you item is equal to Raijin. They are both Raijin. So we move on. So he accepts. He says, excellent. Now please give me the orb gem you wish to use for charging, blah, blah. So we break out of this while loop because we're awesome. And now we go to the next while loop. Now this while loop, now he wants the gem. So let's give Vanok, he stores all my gems because he's greedy. I'm sure I have a diamond in here. Diamond from my, let's get uncut diamond from my sack. Give Raijin. Now Raijin is going to give him the, I should show you something else though. Let's say let's say I give Boxer something that's not a gem. Now you see you need a gem though. The second item he's asking for is a gem, an orb gem more specifically. But let's try to give him something that's not a gem. Nope. Well, see, it's already an error, folks. Look at this. We have ran into an error. You see, so now Boxer's going to hand him, or Raijin tried to hand him something that's not a gem. What happened here exactly? Wait until check left. Is wait until not how you do this? I could have sworn it was. Is it? No block yield given. Oh, that's right. I think wait until is supposed to be in a. I'll give you a few problems here. I think it's supposed to be wait until in brackets. It's been a while since I've done this. Woof. There's 6 of them. I gotta put them all in brackets. Wait until check mana. Fix them all right now. I am a huge dork. Dork. Blah 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 blah. Okay, back to the beginning. Until check left, exactly. We're waiting until check left because we are awesome. Let's save this. Let's give Raijin back his stuff. Give Raijin, accept, still 1. Swap, give Raijin, accept. Okay, blah blah. So let's start over now. We'll have charge, whisper, Boxer 5,000. Give, oops. Gotta whisper charge first. Well, I whispered. Oh my god, I whispered Boxer 5,000. Whisper, Boxer charge. Give Boxer 5,000. Give Boxer the wand. Okay. Now let's try to give him a wand. Thank goodness. Alright, so let's see what happened there. So he offers you an item. And again, it's going to do the whole check to make sure, it's the person, customer is equal to person offering you item, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to show you every single time Vanok wants to give him horn in. It does the same thing every time. Anyways, so if they are equal to true, though, then you're going to accept and then wait until. What this does is that the script pauses until whatever's in this brackets, these curly brackets, until whatever is in those brackets is true. Until it's true. Until that's true. So in this case, check left. Again, check left is a lich variable that just shows you what's in your left hand. So it's just wait until something. It's wait until a variable check left is true. Just wait until something is in your hand. Because what can happen sometimes is that the script is that the variable, for example, check left, doesn't get updated fast enough. The script Lich doesn't yet know you have something in your hand, even though you do. And so if you move on too fast, it's gonna not see anything in your left hand, even though you have something in your left hand. So we're waiting until the Lich recognizes that you have something in your left hand. That's what this hold does. Wait until check left. Now what this does is if this is a game object, I'll go over game objects in detail later. This is game object left hand dot type. So what this does, the game object, it checks for what's in your left hand. And now you do a whole bunch of things with game objects, and especially in your hand, you can say you can get the item ID of what's in your left hand, the noun, like it's a diamond, like an uncut diamond. Diamond is the noun. That's how you manipulate that item, by using diamond. You know, for et cetera, et cetera. Or the full name, which would be, you know, an uncut diamond, an uncut diamond, the whole name. Or you can look at a type. Now I'm pretty sure every single item is in the game for the most part. So the game, you could check to see if what's in your left hand is a gem. Now in this case, Raijin is being a smartass and handed him a wand, which is not a gem. And so the item in the left hand did not equal gem, so it did the else here. And he says, whisper OC, person offering you item. This is not a gem. I need an orb gem to charge your item. Please accept your item back and give me an orb gem. And now this does until this is true. This is an until loop. Until check left equals nil, which means it equals there's nothing in your left hand. You're going to give check left, and that just looks at the noun in your left hand, so it would be diamond or wand in this case, which is what he did. He give wand to Raijin right here. Give wand to Raijin. Then you're going to do give wand to, you know, in this case, person offering you item, who's Raijin. And then while line equals get, a while loop. Now you're going to break out of the while loop if line equals, you know, person has accepted your offer, blah, blah, person offering you item to decline the offer for whatever reason, your offer to blah, blah has expired. So what this is going to do is that it's going to, if the person declined your offer back, or they didn't, you know, 30 seconds passed, they didn't accept it or decline it, it's going to break, and it's going to get out of the while loop, and then you're going to just, you know, decline and cancel. Then it's going to loop back around and say, okay, do I still have something in my left hand because they declined it or time ran out? If there is something in left hand, you know, this is not true yet, so it's got to go the whole loop again. But in this case, I had Raijin accept it right away, so we can just break out of the loop, so I can show you how to do it. Blah, 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 blah. So now check left is now equal to nil. So he has moved on, so he's broken out of this loop, and now he's back into waiting for someone to offer him an item. So now let's have Raijin actually give him the item. That gem, I mean. So give Boxer. Oh, I did not mean to do all that. Okay. Well, calm down there. Well, you're going too fast, Boxer. Boxer, calm down. Jesus, Boxer. Whew, boy. Okay, so what happened all there? Let's see. Okay. I gotta get another grot potion now. Okay, Boxer, take it easy there, pal. So this time, he checked to see if what was in his left hand was a gem. This time it was, so he whispered, you know, perfect. Let's get your item charged. Perfect. Let's get your item charged. Blah, blah. So it breaks out of this while loop. Excuse me. And so now we make the variable name is item being worked on. We have that equal to game object right hand ID. It's the ID number of what's in his right hand. So now he stows the item ID number, which is, you know, 232 blah, blah. Every item, every critter, every person in this game has an item ID number. So it's a lot easier when you're manipulating stuff to use the item ID number if you can, because then you're going to guarantee it's a unique item ID number. So you're going to guarantee manipulate the item you want to manipulate if you're using the ID number. Just a FYI. So he stowed the wand because he's stowing the item being worked on. That way he can get out the grot potion. So he got the grot potion, pour my grot potion on my check left, which ended up being pour my grot potion on my diamond. And now it's going to make the match. Now, if this wasn't an orb gem, the liquid would quickly evaporate. That's the game line. The liquid quickly evaporates right here. And then there's all this stuff where it says, sorry, there's not an orb gem. An orb gem is required to charge, blah, blah. Here's your items back. And then it would give the customer both their items back, the gem and the item they want to work on. That's if it didn't work. But this was an orb gem. So the game line is going to be you carefully work the liquid until it is all absorbed. And so that's the match right here. You carefully work the liquid in until it is all absorbed. Now, when you do this right here, where you do spell bracket, spell number in bracket, that's a lich thing. This is a very useful tool to use this spell thing here. You can use it to cast, use it to check how much mana a spell costs, or if you use a spirit, whatever, blah blah. It's going to make sure that spell is cast when you do spell, for example, spell bracket 517.cast. It's going to make sure that spell. It's going to wait until you're out of stun. You're no longer stunned. It's going to wait until you're no longer in round time, hard round time, until you're no longer in cast round time. It's going to wait until you're not webbed anymore. It's going to keep going. It's going to keep going. It's going to cast that spell. Nothing's going to stop you. Not even the GMs can stop you from casting this spell. Okay, this is how powerful this little command here is. So when you put in parentheses here, like I have right here after the cast, and put in parentheses and then quotes, then you can say how you want to do. So if you want to cast at, in this case, cast at my check left, which would be, I could have actually used the check left ID number, but I don't have to. Where is it? Oh boy. All right. No, what's going on here? Yeah. Wait, what? I'm very confused, people. Oh, I think I have to go scroll up. Here we go. Here we go. So it prepares 517, and then cast at my check left, which would be diamond. So cast at my diamond, and then that does the whole thing where it's an orb gem. So the diamond, it's an orb gem. We've used a grot push on it. So the uncut diamond quickly expands into a blue pulsating orb, which is what it's supposed to do. Now, if that is what happened, we make the variable. The variable is called orb has been created. We make that equal true. Now the orb has been created is now has a value. So we break out of this until loop, or this while loop. Now we're in this part of the script. Okay. I'll take a breather here because I know this is a lot of information to absorb. It's a lot of information to get out. Does anyone have any questions or comments while we take a breather here? Questions, comments? I also do birthday parties. And I sometimes dress as a clown, for bar mitzvahs. I pretty much do it all. That's just the kind of guy I am. No questions? Is anyone still alive out there? Really? No one's alive? Well, I am disappointed. I'm just going to assume you all are just entirely so enthralled with my voice that you can't even bring yourself to type on your keyboard at the moment. That is a theory I choose to go with. How much for a birthday party clown? It is 2 million silver pieces. That is how much my birthday party clown is. Okay. So, the variable orb has been created has a value. So if orb has been created has a value, now we're going to create the variable item is finished charging equals nil. That I probably Yeah. We'll use that later, but for now we made it equal nil. So now we're gonna get the item being worked on by manipulating its item ID number, which is what he did here. He got the one by manipulating its ID number here, and now it's going to wait until this block of code is true. In this case, it checks the mana, how much mana you currently have, and parentheses how much mana you're looking for, so 17. So wait until you have 17 mana, so you can cast 517 at it, which I really. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. When you use spell, back up here, spell 517.cast, it also waits until you have enough mana to cast a spell. That is how amazing that is. But anyways, I don't know why I didn't use spell down here. I could have just used spell. I don't know why. Why did I not use spell? .cast all out here. Anyways, I'm a dork. So anyways, we're waiting until check mana equals 17. Now orb prepared variable equals nil. So now we're going to get to the loop here. Wait until, because the first cast of 517 costs 17 mana. Every successive cast after that only costs 1 mana until the orb is, ready to be used to charge stuffs. So wait until check mana equals 1. Wait, when you do wait round time like this with a question mark after it, it'll wait. If you're in round time, it'll wait until it's over. If you're not in round time, then it won't do anything. I think if you do it without the question mark, it's going to wait until you're in round time and then wait until you're out of round time, which could be a problem if you're not actually in round time. But a question mark, it only waits until round time's over if you're in round time. Same thing with wait cast round time, question mark, except for obviously cast time. Now here, what this does, this is an until loop. Until check prep. Check prep is a lich variable that checks to see what is your current spell prepped. So until check prep equals to charge item, then you're going to fput release, input the command in the game, release, if check prep does not equal charge item or none, if you have nothing prepared. So if you have something else prepared besides charge item, it's going to release it. And then prep 517, and then blah, blah, and then move on. So once charge item is your check prep, it's going to break out of this until loop's done. It's going to just go ahead and move on. Then cast at orb. Now there's a while loop, so cast at orb. So if the game line is it grows in size, or prepared is equal to nil, it's going to break out of this loop because the orb is not yet ready to be used. And then else if line equals, it shines brightly for a moment, flickering in color and humming tones of enchantment, or which means the orb is ready to be used, prepared. Or if the game line equals, the orb is already prepared for enchanting, like if you cast it too often for whatever reason, then it's going to say orb prepared equals true, break, and now it's going to break out of this while loop if orb prepared equals true, which I think is what happened here, right? Yes, no, whoa. Yeah, see right here, it shines brightly for a moment, flickering color, blah, blah. That means orb prepared value equals true, so it broke out of the while loop. And so now he whispered to the customer, if you are able to, please keep sending me all mana you have until the charging process is finished. And that's what happened here. But now we entered boo-boo because I am not as awesome as I thought I was. We have an error line in 177. I thought I fixed all these, but apparently not. We just had to put this in curly brackets. Let's make sure we have all the wait untils now. Okay, that's curly brackets, curly brackets, curly brackets, curly, 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 mo, curly, curly, curly. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's start over again now since I made the boo-boo. Give Raijin 5,000. Of course, now the orb is there. The orb gone? Was the orb gone or no? It's still there. Is there a way to make the orb go away early, or am I going to go to another table? I gotta use the same orb, I guess. Let's go to another table. Get diamond from my sack. Give Raijin. Give. Oh, accept. Glance. Give Raijin. Accept. Let's see. Another grot potion. Order, what is it, 16? Order 17. Bye. Deposit all this crap. Let's go to Raijin table. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Start over again. Let's make sure I saved it. Charge. Yes, okay. So Whisper, Boxer, charge. Give Boxer 5,000. Give Boxer. Give Boxer. Oh, that's not an orb gem? Oh, well. I gave him the one with it? Oh. Oh. So see, this is what happens when you try to give him a gem that's not an orb gem. Did he just waste his potion again? Ah, of course he did. I should just buy several of those damn potions. I can't believe that wasn't an orb gem. Get my uncut diamond. Get my... Oh, did I give him a yellow gem? Is that why? Was it a yellow gem I gave him? That's probably why. I didn't mean to give him a yellow gem. I bet you I did. No, I gave him uncut diamond. Give my uncut diamond from my sack. Give Raijin. Okay, let's try this again. So many problems. Boxer charge. Give Boxer 5,000. Give Boxer. Give. Please be the right. Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. Why is he not? Okay. There you go. Whoa. That happened fast. Really? The orb's gone already? Well, that happened really fast, didn't it? Wow. I did not. All right. Rub orb. Oh. Oops. So it already exploded. That was fast. Wait, what? What happened exactly? I don't use charge item often, so I'm not even sure what happened. Okay, so bucket diamond quickly expands into a blue pulsating orb. So it exploded before I could even get it ready to be used? Is that what happened? That's what it looks like, right? It looks like it exploded. The orb exploded as I was trying to prepare it so I could use it in the charging process. So I didn't even know that that was not in the wiki, so okay, well, let's add that to the script then. When you're, let's see. It should be let's add it. So else if line equals blah blah blah. So that means orb is orb prepared equals destroyed, I guess. Yes, the wiki is missing information. I am shocked. Shocked, I say, damn it. We'll have the orb prepared variable equal to destroyed. How about that? There we go. So now break if orb destroyed. So now we're going to do if orb prepared equals destroyed. We'll do fpit whisper oc customer sorry your orb gem was destroyed before it could be used for charging. Now normally you'd go ahead and Normally, you'd go ahead and right here, you'd give them their item back. You can't give them gem back, obviously, because it's destroyed. But you'd give them their item back, and you'd loop back to the beginning so you can help someone else, and blah blah blah. Blah blah. But I really don't feel like doing all that. But here, I showed you what you could do to move on. You want to add all that in there. It wouldn't be that hard. I showed you how to do it earlier. Give them their item back and move on. So, but that's how you do it. So we'll just do this. Start all over again. Jiminy Cricket. Okay, let's see now. Go to. I'm gonna buy. How many are these damn things? Only 1,800 since they love me. Stow pot. Order 17 by stow pot. Order 17 by stow pot. Blah blah blah. Blah. Tab Raijin, get some silvers out. Tab not get another. Hopefully this is an orb gem. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. Whisper Boxer charge. Give Boxer 5,000. Give Boxer swap. Give Boxer. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh my goodness. Why do you hate me, game? Did I not? Yeah, he doesn't give the 5,000 silvers back because, you still use the potion. You use the potion to see if the orb gem. I'm not sure if there's a way for a wizard to test to see if a gem is an orb gem before he uses the grot potion. I'm not sure. If there is, you can add it to the script. If not, you're going to have to use the grot potion to see if it's an orb gem. In which case, you would not give the person their money back because you still had to pay for the grot potion that they wasted. Why, thank you there, Mordrake. I'm glad someone appreciates it. So now let's try this again. Oh, give... blah, blah. Of course, if you were to make this like an actual script you wanted to use, you'd have to account for someone like whispering charge to you and then like not giving you an item. You'd have to like you'd have to make it so they have 30 seconds to start the process of giving you silvers and their items. Otherwise, you move on, start over again. But I didn't do all that because again, lazy. Okay, so let's see. Give Boxer, swap, give Boxer, please, for the love of God, work. Are you kidding me? Oh my God! How are these not orb gems? I mean, I swear, Bernard like sings all these gems. Get uncut diamond from my sack. Sing my diamond. Okay, it is purified. It is pure. This diamond could not get any more pure if it was blessed by the Pope himself. So let's try this again. Whisper Boxer charge. Give Bach 5,000. Give Bach. Give Bach. Okay. Okay, game. Okay. You and me are going to have problems here, game. My bard sung to that diamond to make sure it was pure. And it was the purest of pure. No, it's pure. I got the message that it's pure. Okay, now. Okay, this is for all the marbles. Do I have any more potions left? Ah! Oh my goodness gracious. Oops. Am I not buying these things? Stillpot. Order 17 by Stillpot. What am I doing here? Order 17 by Stillpot. Order 17 by Stillpot. Order 17 by Stillpot. Order 17 by Stillpot. Kill charge. We are gonna get. We are gonna. Oh yeah, zombie. I forgot about that. Woo, boy, it's been a long time since I bought stuff. Order 5 17s, of course. Okay, let's actually get an orb gem now. Let's do it, folks. Let's move on with this script. This is amazing. Oh, I love this game. Okay, now for all the marbles. Whisper, Boxer, charge. Give Bach 5,000. Give Bach. Swap. Give Bach. Please work. Thank you. It's working. I think. Yes? Look at that. He's going through everything. What? You are unable to concentrate completely. What the hell does that mean? So, am I right that there are more messages than the wiki suggests? So there's another thing. We had to break out of this. So we had to add to this here where it would be you're unable to concentrate completely. Apparently that is another error you can get where it's not growing in size. So add that. So if it matches that line, it would say or prepared. It's not prepared yet, so equal nil, and it'll circle. I'll just go ahead and cast that again just so we can move on so I can show how it works. The rest of the script works. This orb. There we go. Now it's working. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Woohoo! What happened here? What happened here? It got the orb. Okay, so it turned it. So it was ready to be. That means it's ready to be, right? Yeah. No? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it's fully prepared. Blah, blah. So let's see what happened next. You can't add any more charges to the wand. Why the hell is that? I bet you because it's a twisted wand. I should have used a silver wand. Is it a twisted one I used? Well, but anyway, I can show you what happened though. At least when, so that, okay. So now what happens here? Okay, so it did the whole thing. It prepared the orb, did all that stuff, and it got to the point where it's like, okay, give me mana. Blah blah blah. What happened here now? So what happened? It got the line. Where is it? Right here. You are unable to add more charges. Now from the wiki, this means that either the gem was not good enough to add more charges to it, or the wand or the item is full on charges. Now in this case, if those are the only two options, it would seem that the orb gem wasn't very high in value because I don't think I guess the possible twisted ones come out fully charged. I guess I never thought about that. I don't know how that works. Let's try blue crystal if I have one, because I know blue crystals don't start fully charged. So anyways, what happened is that I got the line, you were unable to add more charges. That's down here. One of these messages right here. You were unable to add more charges. It matched that line. So it whispered, I'm unable to add more charges. Blah, blah. I give them the reasoning. Then the variable item is finished charging equals yes. And it broke out of this while loop. Then it goes all the way down here. The while loop. Oh, this while loop is inside of a huge loop. Inside of a regular loop. So the loop, what it does is that it waits until it has one mana. Because when you rub the orb with the item in your right hand, it drains mana and tries to charge the item in your right hand. So I'm just making sure you have at least one mana. So I have to do, and it rubs orb, and then it enters a while loop to match all these game lines. And I break out this while loop if it matches something, And then if item is finished charging, then it's going to break if item is finished charging, then breaks out of it and goes, so breaks out of this loop, and it comes down to here. So now if item is finished charging equals yes, which is what I made it do up here, equals yes, then it does give check right to customer, accept your offer, blah, 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 blah. There's also another one here. Did I not do that? Well, I forgot to do it, but I should have made it. Where is it? Where item is destroyed. I forgot to do that. So this is if the item is destroyed during the charging process. I make the item is finished charging variable equal destroyed. Down here, it really should be if item, else if item is finished charging equals destroyed. Oh, that's right. I just did up here. I just did whisper OC customer, sorry, item destroyed. So that's okay. So that is taken care of. If it's destroyed, you just whisper destroyed. I'd really like to try blue crystal. Like, I really want to see if the script works where it actually charges something. Doesn't just, they didn't charge anything. They tried to, but it didn't. So let's go to another table. I don't know if I really have to, but I'm going to. Okay. Let's try this again. Get uncut emerald from my sack. Good thing I have plenty of gems, huh? Okay, now let's try this again. Okay. Boy. Okay. Whisper, boxer, charge. Give buck, swap, give buck. What happened now? Oh. 5,000, give buck. Nope. Damn it. Messed up. I gave him gem first. My bad. Okay. Whisper Bach charge. Give Bach 5,000. Give Bach swap. Give Bach. Oh no. No, no, no. I don't like this at all, game. Not at all. Woo. Okay. So, emerald. What other gems do I have? Get emerald from my sack. Prep 1004. Sing my emerald. It is pure. Okay. Whisper Bach charge. Give Bach 5,000. Give Bach. Give Bach. Oh, there we go. It's working. It's working. Oh my God, it's working. Oh, look at it. He's rubbing it. He's rubbing it. Oh my God. What the hell happened? That's hilarious. What happened? The strand. Well, you can see he rubbed it a lot. He really loves rubbing his crystals. Let me tell you something. So he's rubbing it, and you can see it was matching. Where is it matching? Right here, the dot star, the whatever item it is, glows with a bright hue as the fingers of essence caress it. That seemed to be mostly what was matching, which to my knowledge, it means you were charging the item, you're adding charges to the item. So it looked like that's the only match it made, unless I'm going crazy here. That's what it looks like. Until I got to the very end, in which case it destroyed. But that's not an error message I saw on the wiki either. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, that's a match, I think, right? I think I have that on here. Do I? Yeah. Oh, yeah. See right there, you're unable to. Okay, that match, you're unable to properly channel the flows, and that broke out of the nothing. Right here, though. Now, does that mean, are these error messages completely random, or does that mean, hey, you should stop charging this because you might destroy it soon? Is that like a warning, or is that just totally random? I know nothing about charging. I just did all this from reading the wiki, so I have no idea what's going on here. Does anyone know? I mean, this right here, you're unable to properly channel the flow. Is that like a warning, like when you purify gems, like, hey, you might destroy this item soon, be careful, or is that just totally random? So realistically, when you get this error message, then you should probably go ahead and back off. Is that how it happens, or what? Does anyone know for sure? So if you get this error message, means you should probably go ahead and stop charging it, or that's just a random error you get. Yeah, you won't get max charges sometimes if you back off, but you'll at least not destroy that. Ah, interesting. I guess what you can do is either just at this point, I did not know that's how it worked. I thought these were random errors. So you can either make it so, because it's already in our script. We'll have to make a different, give its own little line though. See, it's part of this part. I guess what you could do is make it so if you get that error message, I guess just give the item back to the person. I guess so you don't destroy it. That's probably the best thing to do, I imagine. So yeah, that's. No, interesting. I wish I would have known that. Would have prepared for that. But yeah, I guess that's what you could do. But now you can see what happens when you destroy it too, because you guys don't know what destroying an item looks like. Apparently, only I know what that looks like. Although I didn't match the item. It begins to shake. It begins to shake violently. Oh. The wiki said it just is it, but realistically, it should match the name of the item. The blue crystal begins to shake violently and then suddenly disintegrates. Oh, so that's what you should match. You should match. It should be the star. So it match the blue crystal. In the example, begins to shake violently. So it should. If I would have known that, it should have actually whispered the customer sorry and been destroyed. Okay. Also, the orb's destroyed too. Oh no, it's not. The orb's still there. It said the orb implodes into nothing but some lingering smoke, but the orb's still there. Am I going crazy here? Nope. What's going on here? I don't know what the script's doing. What's he doing? That's hilarious. Let's see if I get another blue crystal. Get blue crystal. I don't know why it's going, but whatever. Orb. Well, he got a few errors a few errors. It had a few errors here. Oh, you're right. It didn't break out of the script because I didn't account for that error that message would be destroyed. You're right about that. So it didn't start over again. I got that error a few times here, unable to channel the flows, but I kept going, and it kept adding more until I got the error message of you feel drained. I guess that's not in the wiki either. Did I not account for that? Yeah, I did not account for the you feel terribly drained. That drain my spirit or just my mana? Looks like just drain my mana. Looks like. Yeah. So I didn't account for that error message either apparently. So I destroyed it again. I got the error. Oh, also when you try to rub it and the orb has it got smaller. So let's see how I try to rub it. Where I try to rub it at. I try to rub it at. See, it's shrunk in size there. Oh, right here. So I try to rub it, and it matched. The orb isn't properly prepared for recharging. That's one error message 2, and that will go ahead and do the whole thing again, where it prepares 517, cast at it, blah blah. In this case, it just does it once, then it'll break out, and it'll start over again. So, but if it gets the same error message, then it'll cast 517 again to make it prepare for charging. So that's what happened there. You cast the orb. Blah, blah, blah. Rub orb. Unable to channel the flows. Rub orb. Now here, I green the item, right? Yep, that happened. I green the item. It flares a sickening green and then goes dim, which matches this, which makes him say, sorry, your item has lost all charges and is now unrechargeable. And now, see, it's trying to give Raijin the item. I was not paying attention. the 30-second passed by, which gave Boxer that message and said, okay, I still have the item in my hand. I'm going to keep giving him the item until he accepts it, which I don't really need it because now it's, to my knowledge, it's garbage now. It's green, right? It's basically garbage. To my knowledge, I mean, maybe there's some sort of merchant who can ungreen items, but just for a stupid blue crystal, I'm not going to bother with that. So yeah, so this script, other than maybe wanting to edit the script so you can back off, it could be like a fail save. You can even ask the customer, you know, do you want me to keep trying? Do you want me to keep, have the customer say, do you want me to keep trying until I get max charges in this item, or do you want me to back off as soon as it looks like I'm going to blow it up? And you can ask them to do that, or you just print the script yourself. Blah 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 blah, etc. 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 And so that is the charging script. It's a 236 lines. There's a blank line at the end there. 236 line script that pretty much acts like, you know, you could, like, someone gives you an item, you can charge it. Yeah, it works pretty good if I do say so myself. I am pretty impressed with myself. I am quite possibly the most awesome person to have ever lived or ever will live. But yeah, that was pretty awesome. So it works pretty good. Maybe I'll like update. Maybe I'll upload this script to the repo. You can all download it and fiddle with it, and maybe you can download it and you want to go over the video again. You can follow along if you have any questions or you want to see what's going on. Yada yada yada. It's all up to you. I'm not gonna stop you either way. Testing with those gold arcane decoy coins is a good way to test charging to max charge. They are pretty easy to do. Gold arcane decoy. That's a good thing to know. I should test that next time. See how many charges I get in an item. Before I go, does anyone have any questions or comments or concerns?